But let's go back even further than that. Let's go back almost 40 years ago. The Chicago Bears had Matt Suhey, and Walter Payton didn't score one touchdown in that Super Bowl. And look at the kinds of numbers Walter Payton put up. I mean, you look at any team, it's about the execution. It's all about the X and O's. So when I look at running back, yeah, I value it, but at the same time, I don't value it where it's $15 million a year either.
No, that's why I'm so cool with getting Tony Pollard for 12. I'm like, nice. I'll take that. The number one running back in the NFC Pro Bowl last year for 12 million. Yeah, we'll come back to the table next year. But here's the thing, like Dak needs a lot around him. Like Dak needs a top 5, top 10 O line. Like he needs a number one wide receiver. He needs a good running back. But like who doesn't? Like who doesn't? Like Lamar Jackson needs that. Obviously, Lamar Jackson's won less playoff games than Dak has. Justin Herbert hasn't even been to the playoffs. And these dudes are like put on pedestal. And then they laugh at Dak, and it's like, well, Dak buried the Bucks last year. They don't want to say he threw 5 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in that game. Like, let's not talk about that game. Let's talk about the game that Tony Pollard got injured in the second quarter. Like, bro, if Christian McCaffrey gets injured and Tony Pollard stays healthy, who can't say Cowboys will win that? Like, come on, like Tony Pollard is like, he was the number one. We were just talking about him. He's the number one, like, Pro Bowl running back.
All right.
I mean, like, obviously he's not better than McCaffrey.
I think that's perfect. That's perfect. With that said, we can go ahead and start this show. Let's make this epic. I brought you the Skyboxx. I brought you Michael C's views on Instagram. And now I brought you Rise Above. And now you're here at Epic Perspective. Welcome to Epic Perspective, where we give our epic perspective in an imperfect world. It's me, Michael C, the source of life, over the mic. Let's go to my cast. Let's go to my cast right now. Miss Shannon, we'll see you later. Dr. Foster, don't worry, she'll be back on another episode. This one is a little bit the one I've been waiting for. This is the one I've been waiting for. I got my guy, the guy in my veins, Darrell T. And you already know, if I brought Darrell T and we talking about football, you know I had to bring him back. Mamba in the building. We're going to talk about football. We're going to talk fantasy. We're going to talk a little more. We're going to talk that stuff. But right now, let's get to these guys right now. How y'all doing, fellas?
Hey!
What's up, Mike?
Till February, no Sunday won't have football. I'm here for it. Let's go.
We're finally here, fellas. We're finally here. It is now. We're at, week 2, going into week 3 in the preseason. So it's about time where all the fantasy football tinkering is about to happen. And now, it's time to rock. So, with that being said, let's get off of that real quick. Let's have a little check-in with the fellas. Darrell, how you doing there, guy?
Hey, man, I can't complain. My little youngster, my young king. I'm the proud father of an 8-year-old. He turned 8 on Friday. We had his party on Saturday. It was a good time. It was well deserved to the young gentleman, and blessings and well wishes on his journey that I'll be a part of 100%.
My guy.
Kai King Smith, I love you.
You already know what it is, Micheal. You already know what it is, guy. Mamba! I see you all over the Instagram, baby, and the Facebooks, and, they're coming in by the left and right, all these books, all the school supplies.
Yeah, you gotta love it,
one of the
man.
posts that I look at, and I'm saying, you know what? It's about that time. It's about that time. School is right around the corner. How you doing there, guy?
I'm doing good, man. You know, last 4 days just pertaining to getting everything set up at school. Came off a nice vacation, and now it's, time to get back to the daily grind, which is always fine with me.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all here. They're doing good. They're doing great. Micheal, again, happy belated birthday. My God, you already know what it is. The Mamba getting ready for the school. He's ready for y'all. He's ready for y'all to come in. He's ready. He's ready like the ultimate warrior, shaking the ropes. He's ready, y'all.
Let's go!
Let's go. And with that hype, we'll be back right after this.
Sure. Oh, this SkyBoxx.
Yeah. All right, we're back. You already know who it is. It's Michael Z. Short life over the mic. I got my guy Mamba. I got my guy Darrell P in the building. We about to talk rap football stuff. But before that, hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, it's only $3.99. All right, Darrell. Step up. I need to ask you a couple questions, my guy. I need to know, who do you look at in the NFC as up and coming? And who do you look at in the NFC that's on a downward spiral? Let's start first with your up and coming team in the NFC. Who do you like?
I'd say probably my up and coming team in the NFC is probably a little bit of a sleeper, but given a weak division, given a veteran quarterback, and given a veteran receiving core, I'd give it up to the New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans Saints. Mamba. You and I talked. That team wasn't the team that was on your radar.
They were.
They were, but they weren't. You said.
But they weren't. I said
Chicago.
Chicago.
Boys up there in Wisconsin.
Green Bay.
You like Green Bay. Tell me why.
Jordan Love can get it done at the QB position. Green Bay just finds a way, always. But I like Darrell's pick. I think New Orleans with Derek Carr, Jamal Williams coming over, I think that makes them a better team. I still like Chicago too in the North. I like what Justin Fields can do. But I think Green Bay is still that up and coming team.
We were talking about that Chicago, and I said, and I'm going to apologize right now to the Chicago fans, and I'm going to apologize to you, Mamba. I said 4-13. More and more I'm watching this and listening to more and more fantasy football, more football, just on NFL Network, ESPN, just on the YouTube, listening to friends that know football. I'm getting to the point that the Bears might sneak out about 7 wins. I said 4. I'm gonna go with 7 wins, so they'll be 7-10. So I like your pick with the Bears. I like the Saints and the Bears are up and coming. Darrell, who is downward spiral in the NFC?
Oh man, it's been the team that's been having a downward spiral since Doug Williams won the Super Bowl. The team nobody likes, especially a Cowboys fan, but we love to see them suffer. The Washington Commanders.
Washington Commanders. I'm going to say downward spiral with them. They might. I think they're going to stay where they're at. I don't think they're going to really go any higher, any lower. I think they're going to be fluctuated there. We got a team for you, Darrell, and me and Mamba agreed upon this. We said the Vikings.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
No
I
more
mean,
Dalvin Cook. No more Dalvin Cook.
there's a
think
reason for that, though.
Yeah, but
Not
here's the
like
thing. Dalvin knew
their
he wasn't
backup
going to
was
get the
put
carries in Minnesota. I mean,
their
he's not
backup was
getting the
putting
carries.
up Dalvin Cook numbers.
Yeah, watch what Dalvin does with the Jets. That's going to be awesome this year.
I think
Aaron Rodgers.
I think Dalvin Cook's going to do that with the Jets more because he's going to have a better O line. He's going to have a better quarterback. He's going to have a better defense. So it's like the fact that like the defense is good, Dalvin Cook's going to be like they're going to want to like prolong the offensive drive. You know what I mean? But once Hall comes back, isn't that the bull, Bryce Hall?
Yeah, Brees
Like,
Hall.
he's a real starter.
Yeah, but Minnesota.
You think Brees Hall is better than Dalvin Cook?
No.
I think it took them a lot. It's not like they just brought Dalvin Cook in. And Hall was putting up numbers last year. I remember he was putting up numbers.
Talk to him, man.
I mean, Dalvin Cook looked like he was on the downside of his career.
Putting up the numbers last year for Minnesota was Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson bailed out Minnesota a lot last year. I mean, you look at those games, you look at those comebacks, you know, I don't think Minnesota has a team that can sustain it like they did last year. They proved in the playoffs they were a one-trick pony. Yep. I mean, they lost. They got defeated. And I like Kirk Cousins. Don't get me wrong. I think he's one of the most likable players in the NFL. But
he's a good person.
Right. But he can't get it done consistently. I mean, he proved that in Washington. He's proven that in Minnesota. I mean, it's 2 minutes left in the game. You want Kirk Cousins having the ball?
No.
No.
But I mean, but you know what I mean? The devil's advocate would say they had the most one-possession victories last year. So in the last 2 minutes, Kirk Cousins had to have been killing it. He didn't lose them games. He won them more games in the last 2 minutes than he lost last.
He did, but again.
But then the previous year they lost the most one-possession games. So
right.
All right. So now that we're looking at we got the NFC out the way. Let's go to the AFC. Let's go with Mamba. I'm going to ask you now this. Who's your team up and coming in the AFC?
Jets, Jets. I think they have everything going for them in the most positive direction. They had a scary defense last year. They have the players that can get it done. I think Hot Sauce is going to deliver. I think he, powers them up. I think Rodgers, on the offensive side of the ball, you have Dalvin Cook, Garrett Wilson. It's just an incredible team. I think the AFC East is going to show to be one of those tough divisions this year.
You hear that their offensive line is having trouble right now.
You win in the trenches. All the other names don't matter. You win in the trenches.
You're having trouble in the trenches. You got a problem.
So let's remember that when Dallas doesn't do what they're supposed to do this year.
Whoops.
Hey, I hear you. Man. I mean, as a Cowboys fan, at this point, it's like seeing is believing. No one's going to believe it till they see it. That's including Cowboys fans. Remember that.
Oh, don't worry, guys. We're going to get that. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Darrell, who do you like? Who's your up-and-coming team in the AFC?
Well, I'm going to break it down like this. It's a team with a top 5 wide receiver, a team with a top 10 running back, a team that will have a top 3 MVP candidate next year, and the top 5 coach of the year. It is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll be in the AFC Championship. That's crazy. I've been telling people about this team for years. Last year and a half, I've been telling people.
They have a heck of a coach. Dougie P showed what it was,
he might be the only coach in the league that got a statue, bro. He got just in the wrong city.
Oh, here we go.
We got it. He in line. So let me ask you, if you want to look at right now, the team that's going to shock the world. You got to pick one team that AFC and NFC that this team is going to shock the world. Mamba, go.
Well, I've always said if you can remain injury-free, you can do anything. And I have to say it, Philly's going to shock the world. They're winning the Super Bowl.
Darrell.
Oh, man. I remember when the Cowboys would be preseason picks like Philly, but shock the world, this team will be a wild card in the playoffs. Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos. I like that. I like that. All right, I like that. I like that. Darrell, your NFC championship is?
Cowboys versus Eagles.
I like that. I like. Mamba, NFC championship is?
Oh, it's a rematch. It's Philly San Fran.
Right. AFC championship Mamba is?
City and the New York Jets.
The AFC championship, Darrell, is?
The Chiefs and the Jags.
All right. I like. With that being said, we'll get to your Super Bowl picks in a little bit. But you guys have been talking a little bit, throwing side shots back and forth. So I'm going to ask the question. You know what? After a while, you have to say to yourself, you know what? They want to come to the middle of the ring. Let them come to the middle of the ring. I'm going to give y'all 15 seconds each to come to the middle of the ring. Darrell, the question is, how far can the Cowboys go? And tell me why. Go.
As far as Micah Parsons will take them. Because Micah Parsons has the potential to be the greatest defensive player in the history of football. HBG Harrisburg. Stand up, baby. Stand up, Harrisburg. What's up, what one?
Mamba. 15 seconds. Go get him, guy.
Well, what? Has had every opportunity every year to prove what they can do. Even with Micah, they don't even get out of the first round of the playoffs. Philly, on the other hand, they have every opportunity. Every opportunity. I'm not saying anything to jinx them, but you tell me who can stop Philly. You look at them on paper. You look at them right now. They're gelling. It's Philly, baby.
There it is. Y'all heard?
Yeah, real quick. It's funny that when the Eagles are paper chance, it's a good thing. But when the Cowboys come in paper chance, people are laughing at it. Like I don't get it. Like it's cool if the Eagles are paper chance. Like it's crazy to me.
But the Eagles are never paper
second
chance.
place.
The Eagles never get the full support of the national media. Never get the support of the national media. It took us to go to the Super Bowl for Jalen Hurts to have the performance that he did to go, dang, these guys are for real. So when I look at paper, absolutely, any coach. Oh, come on. You tell me that
Jalen Hurts halfway through the season was
Philadelphia. Dallas never gets the hate in the national media.
I was going to bring them to the middle of the ring. Listen to it. I brought them to the middle of the ring, y'all. I brought these guys, the heavyweights, to the middle of the ring. Look at what they're doing. They're getting it in. They're banging. They're banging back and forth. We got to put them apart right now. But just give it a moment right now, and we'll be back right after this. Woo!
It's hard to be a Cowboys.
Whoa. How is that even possible? I love when Dallas always likes to shoot off and say, well, you know, our 6 Super Bowls or whatever we have. It's like, first of all, you got to go back and look at an encyclopedia to find out about Dallas and watch their championship games on a VHS.
Only thing you got to do is turn on ESPN. All you got to do is, according to you, because we did it.
Are y'all ready?
No media, ESPN always giving Dallas this credit, and they always flush it.
Is that the Cowboys' fault though, or is that the media's fault? I didn't know the Cowboys were the media.
That's your owner.
That's a different thing.
GM who always likes to come on and say, "Well, we're going to do it our way." And this year, he was quoted by saying, "We're going to start to do things the Philly way." And it's like it took you 30 years to figure that out.
Here we go. Let's make this epic. We're back. You already know who it is. It's Micheal C, the source of life over the mic. You already know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button. You already know what it is. It's only $3.99. I got my guy Darrell T. I got my guy Mamba. I have you know yours. If y'all didn't see what happened in the last segment, I had to rip them apart. It was like Hearns and Hagler. It was like Muhammad Ali and Frazier. You had to see it, y'all. Y'all had to see it. And remember, it's only $3.99. But again, since I had to get them off, Don't you even think I'm not going to bring them back for that segment on another time. But right now, all you fantasy goers, ESPN, Yahoo fantasy goers, yeah, y'all might hear this, y'all hear that, y'all hear the other third. But what I got here, I got 2 gurus when it comes to the fantasy football world. When it comes down to the pigskin, me and my brother Darrell T can talk all day about it. When it comes to this fantasy world, me and the guy Mamba has talked all day about it. Now, I'm going to break down their IQ. They're going to give y'all some gems in the 2023 fantasy football world. Listen, you take it, you don't. But don't come back about week 8 trying to ask me what kind of gems can you get on the waiver wire. If you don't pick them up now, don't know what else to tell you. Because all I'm going to do is give you the beginning, the middle, and the end. That's it. That's all I can give you. Now I'm letting you get a sneak peek. Let's go get them. Fantasy football world, fellas. Fantasy football world. We're going to make this quick here. We don't want to give them too much. Darrell, give me your top 3 quarterbacks.
Patrick, Lamar, and is this if Burrow be starting week 1 or just? I'll take Josh Allen. Josh Allen, Lamar, and Patrick.
Okay. Mamba, I want you to give me running backs.
Christian McCaffrey, Eckler, Bijan Robinson.
Ooh. No Nick Chubb. No Jonathan Taylor. Interesting. Darrell, top 3 wide receivers.
Devontae Adams, Diggs, and Jefferson.
Mamba, top 3 tight ends.
Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson.
And I'll do this because if I say it, we'll be all right. But if I get these two behemoths to say one of these 2, they might start over again. So I'm going to say Niners, Eagles, Cowboys, top 3 defenses. Sleeper of the year, Mamba.
Sleeper of the year. What position?
Give me quarterback.
I like Trevor Lawrence, man. I think he's going to have a good year.
Darrell, I want you to give me sleeper of the year for wide receiver.
Olave.
I like that. That's my guy. Give me the bust of the year, Mamba, when it comes to running backs.
Bust of the year. Saquon Barkley.
Darrell, give me the bust of the year for quarterback.
Daniel Jones. And just a little snippet to the side. Bust of the year for wide receivers, AJ Brown. So just want to tell you that.
Player to watch, Mamba, as a wide.
Player to watch. I think Bijan. That's why I have him so high. I think he's going to really adapt. And, he's playing. It's too bad he's on Atlanta, but I think he's going to be that workhorse. He's going to be that guy.
Darrell, player to watch, wide out.
Any wide out on the Chiefs that gets the most ball.
So you heard it, guys. They gave y'all very little. They didn't give you too much. Because I'm telling you now, why would I go into someone like Darrell when I'm playing him in 3 different leagues? I'm not doing it. I'm not giving him all of it. All Darrell knows is who my guru is and who my coordinator is. It's the boy, Mamba, in the building. That's it. That's all I'm giving him. And I'm glad Mamba just gave him a little snippet because him and I are going to talk in a little bit. But all of us, SkyBoxxers, listeners, we're going to talk right after this. Go on YouTube and hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99.
$3.99? Are you only on YouTube?
Nope.
Spotify?
Yep.
Google Podcast?
Absolutely.
Anchor?
Yep.
So you're on many platforms.
Correct.
So how do we find it?
All you have to do is search The SkyBoxx. We're back. You already know who it is. It's Micheal C, the source of life over the mic. You already know what it is. It's about that time. It's about that time to wind down. So I'm gonna ask my fellas. You got any shout outs? Let's start off with my guy, Mamba. Any shout outs?
Yeah, I'd just like to make a public service announcement to the citizens of Philadelphia and the radius of 90 miles from Philadelphia. Listen, guys, everybody wants those Kelly Green jerseys. The fact that I have to go online and pay 3, if not 4 times the markup of it. I love Kelsey, don't get me wrong. But seriously, get it under control, folks. You can only wear one number at a time. It's not like you change them like you're dressing to go out in the wintertime in the playoffs, where we're going to see Philadelphia playing Dallas in the playoffs at home this year. So much respect to the Cowboys, but just understand Philly is going to own the league.
You already know what it is. You already know what it is. You know what it is. Darrell, any shout outs? Don't get him, guy.
Hey, you know what I mean? I just wanted to give a shout out to all them real Cowboys fans out there. Hey, give a shout out to them Eagles fans as well. I've never seen a team's fan come off a season with the easiest schedule, lose their Pro Bowl running back, lose their offensive coordinator, and their defensive coordinator. And then they're like, we're going to repeat. It's so crazy. No one's picking up your running backs in fantasy. One of the busts might be hurt. I hope not, though. He's a great guy.
Hey, quick
Go Cowboys.
Side shots always. But you already know what it is. You know what it is. Nico, you already know what it is. Noel, you already know how we do. But I want to thank you for tuning in to Epic Perspective. And we gave our epic perspective in an imperfect world. If you have any questions or concerns, email me at number one SkyBoxx at gmail.com. So next time we might see Dr. Jamie Foster, we might see Miss Shannon later. But right now, you saw Mamba, you saw Darrell T in the building. My name is Micheal C, the source of life over the mic. You know what we do. Now, let's make this epic. Let's make this epic.